Hey guys, it's Ash here, and this week was on the daily races. There was Brands Hatch as daily race 2. I decided to do a few races of it. I did 3 races in total, driving the Porsche 911. A lot of people were going for the Porsche 911 RSR, I found. GR3 race, it was restricted to racing hard tyres, intermediates and wets, but it was a completely dry race, so it was only on hard tyres. So yeah, let's see how it goes. So starting off at the start of the race, 7 lap race around the Grand Prix layout, going down to turn 1, heavy on the brakes from around turn 1, heading up to the hairpin, literally braking as that bridge sort of thing there. 2 drivers actually go wide. That seemed like Ross and Max, I believe. Have a look at the replay, see what happened there, a little bit of contact going there as well. So this is my perspective inside the car. So we're going up towards the hairpin, see the Aston Martin in front of us. Going through, you can see Max goes wide there and Ross, so it definitely was them two. I believe there was some sort of contact. Let's have a look again. This is from Max's perspective in the Porsche. So heavy braking damage, just brakes a little bit too late, slamming into the back of him. He's got front end damage for Max, most likely rear end bumper damage for Ross. 3-second penalty as well for pushing another car off track. So not a good way to start the race. I did notice there was a lot of carnage in these races. It is kind of a difficult track to get used to, I found. I fully felt comfortable in the 3rd race. That's when I felt really comfortable with where to brake and how to brake and all that and all the lines. So going down into this sharp right-hander, going through, following the Aston Martin through. Huge pack in front of us. We're in 8th position. We started 10th. And I believe on the first race of qualifying, I started 10th, and I had a qualifying time of a 1:27. Further on in the day, the qualifying did get a bit quicker, and the Aston Martin actually went off there, but didn't lose too much time, it seems. They do go behind us, but nothing too catastrophic for them. Let's have a look at the replay, see what happened there for them. So it's my perspective, they just go off onto the grass for some reason. I don't know how that happened. Maybe the car got unstable and it just took them into there. I don't know. But it's unfortunate for them. So we're heading to start the lap 2 of the race. There was tyre wear and fuel usage enabled, but it was all on 1 times, so no pit stops needed. It was literally just you start and finish without any pit stops. So heading up to the hairpin, there is a little bit of an incident there. The Porsche really slows down there, and another car goes off. It looks like a Tino that time. And Porsche goes off behind me as well. And there tends to be a lot of issues around on the hairpin, and more cars go off there. It is a bit of carnage on this track at the moment. And the Porsche goes off there with, was that a 5-second penalty? I don't know what happened there, but let's have a look at the replay, see what happened. We're going to have multiple versions of replays. This is my perspective on the roof of the car. Yeah, just some collisions there. I got hit from behind. Just people getting forced off track, misjudging their braking, maybe. Let's have a look from the perspective as well. This is from the Aston Martin behind me, just to nudge me a little bit there. And they got front end damage. I believe I had rear end damage as well, but nothing too catastrophic. Yeah, the Porsche had a 5-second penalty. Ross also got hit, and some cars got sent off track around that corner. And Steve, he had a 3-second penalty, and I did have a little encounter with Steve a little bit further on the race. More cars going off track there. It was actually absolutely carnage filled. So heading up to the kind of a long straight into a sharp right-hander. You can brake quite late for that turn. You can brake at the last braking board to the corner, as long as you slam on the brakes and then go to half throttle turn in. I didn't know that for the first 2 races, so I was braking a little bit earlier. but on the third race I knew how to brake and where to brake, so I was a lot quicker. So coming up to the Lexus in front of us, the Spanish driver, and we've made our way up to P5, so starts 10th, and going up 5 places within 2 laps is quite good. Starting the 3rd lap now, going into turn 1. Turn 1 is quite a difficult one to get right as well, because it's literally like really fast right-hander, but you're also going downhill at quite a large angle, so you tend to lose a lot of grip and you can go off into the gravel trap quite easily. So going through this left-hander, behind the Lexus again. So just trying to follow him in, trying to get a good line, go up, trying to get on the inside, but don't really get it. Got a little bit loose there, but we managed to keep control of the car, thankfully. Trying to follow him into this turn. Try not to get into the back of him as well from the slipstream. What I tend to do is just before the braking zone, I let off the throttle a little bit to get a little bit of a gap, and then I hit the brakes at the normal braking zone, just so I don't go into the back of the person in front. Trying to get onto their inside now, but we're unsuccessful. Still in 5th position. Going for this left-hander as we come to finish the lap. So 1 more corner to go and then it's lap 4. So we're doing everything we can to get to the Lexus in front, pushing as hard as we can. They did make a little bit of distance between us in that final 2 turns. Heading up for lap number 4, turn 1. Now I take kind of a different line to what I think you're supposed to. I can't go on the inside and brake at the last board. Going up to the hairpin now. Trying to get a good exit best we can. Trying our best to catch up to the Spanish driver in the Lexus. We do actually set a purple sector there of the race. So we are doing quite well in this race, going pretty fast. So we're trying to get the best exit through here. That turn is quite difficult to get right. I find you have to kind of go wide at the first bit of the turn and then sweep back in to the inside the second part of the turn. Coming up to the right-hander now, just behind the Lexus again. Another purple sector there of half a second quicker. So we are doing quite well, making up some ground. Fast lap is a 1 minute 27.18. So we're literally doing everything we can to beat that lap time and also go as quick as we can to catch up. And also get the overtake done. So coming behind the Lexus again. So coming up to the final corner, trying to go on the inside. Kind of missed the apex a little bit there, but not too big of a problem. There's quite a healthy gap behind me to 6th. We do a fast personal lap, just 1/10 second quicker. So coming up to the hairpin now, start lap on the lap number 5. Cutting onto the grass a little bit, just gotta be careful, the tyres don't get dirty and lose traction. So you can see a healthy amount of the cars are all in Porsche 911s. They quite do well on this track because they do handle quite well at like sweeping corners and like fast corners, and also the slower ones too. They're great at handling, got quite good grip. Not so much good for top speed, but this isn't really a top speed circuit, so it doesn't really matter too much. Going around this right-hander, trying to get as close as we can to the Lexus, trying to get an overtake ready, set it up. So we're coming up to the left-hander now. The Lexus is right behind a Porsche as well, so that's going to help them be a little bit slower to help us catch up. So going through this right-hander now, just missing the apex again a little bit. Coming to start lap number 6. Still haven't made any positions up. We slam onto the brakes. We kind of go wide, and we actually go off track a little bit. Like I said, it's quite a difficult turn to get right. get a bit too eager on the throttle again, I think. Go back into the gravel. Doing what we can to get back on track. But I think what happened there is the car got a little bit unsettled, and as I was slamming onto the brakes, it just didn't really want to turn into the corner. So it just went straight off into the gravel. We'll have a look at the replay. We go down into 7th. Steve is behind us, the German driver in the Porsche. And Tino's in front of us, also German. Let's have a look at the replay, see what happened. So you go into it, yeah, literally just car goes unsettled, goes straight into the gravel trap. Too eager on the throttle, go back into the gravel track as we try to rejoin. And just literally, kind of like dancing with the throttle, just going back full power, no power, just try and get back on track as best we can to not, like, get as much traction as we can. That's kind of my technique when you're off track. So doing everything we can to make back up the positions we lost now. So she's right behind Tino and Baran. They were the ones who were behind us just before the incident. Steve right behind me. Give me a little bit of nudge there. Just a friendly hello bump there. Getting past us on the inside. Now heading into this sharp right-hander. Literally right on their tail, trying to get as quick, close as we can to them. So you see again, literally Steve is right behind us. I think they maybe got a little bit on the throttle there and just nudged us as we were trying to swoop in. Nothing too serious, but yeah. It happens sometimes. So we're right on Steve's tail now as we go through that sweeping right-hander. Trying to get as close as we can. They do touch the grass a little bit there as we go into the, well, just before we go into the left-hander. The Porsche driver behind us, the French driver, they're getting quite close to us as well, so I'm trying to be wary of that. Now we're coming to do the last lap of the race. Right behind Steve's tail. At this point I'm literally trying to push as hard as I can to make as much, well, get as good position we can. A little bit of contact there as I go on the inside, probably a bit too eager. And they do retaliate, trying to nudge into me and spin me out, probably. And they hit the back of me. To be honest, it was my fault, but I don't really like how they tried to spin me out there, or retaliate. And they kind of get what they deserve, getting spun out by the French driver there. But yeah, it happened. But I just find that quite funny. So this is what happened. I just touch him a little bit, trying to give him as much space as I can, but they don't really give us a lot of space. Try and nudge me there. Going into the hairpin, they just go into the back of me, send me a little bit wide. Got damage on the back of the bumper. On their inside now, literally, and going into this left-hander. Right behind us, contact there. They get spun around, and they're out of here. We've gone up to 7th position. Now what I'm trying to do is either hold the position I have or try and make up some ground to make another position. At this point I wasn't really expecting to make another position, but I was hoping for it, and I was still trying to do it. But coming around to the final few corners, trying to get the best exit we can, the best entry we can as well. Just go there, nearly touching the grass, just literally abusing the limits of this car. So the Switzerland driver finishes in 1st, British driver Foxy finishes in 2nd, and Bertie the German finishes 3rd. So we come around to finish the race. And we finish in P7, so start 10th, make it up to 5, and then have a little bit of instant, and then go down to 7th. Not too bad. But yeah, let's have a look at the second race, see what happened there. So lap 2, we qualify a lot better, we start in 3rd. The Mercedes in front of us and the Porsche leading. I think it was a Porsche anyway. So it's the British in third, German in second, and the Belgian in first. And then behind me is German. Yep. Also noticed a few people going for the BMW. Yeah, that BMW. Can't remember the exact model. It's like I said, R I think. Quite a good car to be honest. I've driven it a few times. So start the race, lap 1 out of 7. And the leader of the race has already lost it at that at turn 1. And we go up on the inside of the Mercedes, trying to go in first. We go in first for a little bit, but they managed to keep the whole position. They managed to stay in first a little bit. A little bit of contact there, I believe. They kind of lose a little bit, but they keep control of the car. Let's see what happens again there. My perspective from inside the car. Yep, the leader just spins it around, which is a bit annoying for them. Yeah, a tiny bit of contact there, but nothing too serious. No damage on the vehicles. And yeah, so we're right behind the German driver in the Mercedes in P2. So not barely started the race, and we've already made up a place, which is quite good. It's coming from that sweeping corner, literally right on behind on the German driver. Literally right in their slipstream, trying to go as fast as we can. For this corner, I do let off a throttle bit and then breaking my normal braking zone just so I don't go into the back of them and get a penalty. I don't want that at all. Going up into their inside, see if we can get the overtake done. A little bit of contact there, but we do get the overtake done. They are right on my tail though, so I have to literally defend my position right now. Go for the sweeping right hand corner, literally exceeding the limits of the car. They're still right on our tail. They go up into the outside of us, and then they go back into our slipstream. Going for this right hander, we go a little bit wide, nearly into the gravel, but we're still holding the lead, so we're still good. Start lap number 2. We do the fastest lap of the race. Coming through this sweeping right hander, the German's still on my tail. Going up to the hairpin, they try and go inside. Looks like they're about to do a lunge. They go up in the inside. Really close racing here. They managed to go into the lead. Now I'm in the inside of them. I managed to get back into the lead. A little bit of contact there, but nothing too serious. See the Audi R8 behind us with the Valentino Rossi livery, I believe. A little bit of contact there, nudging me wide. They're going to first. So the German's in first, I'm in second, and another German behind me in third in the Audi R8. So we're setting a faster sector so far. 3 seconds quicker than our previous lap. So we're literally doing everything we can to get up to P1 again. Get as close as we can for an overtake. It's kind of difficult to overtake on this circuit, I find, because it's not really... I don't know, not really any corners you can overtake well, because mostly like sweeping corners. Hairpin is quite good for overtaking, and the like left hand and right after it, I think. But yeah, so coming to finish lap number 2, start lap number 3, still behind the German Mercedes. So literally doing everything we can. Start lap number 3, you go up from the inside, get the overtake done, but they go back and overtake us now. They're in front, we're trying to do everything we can to get past them, the hairpin. Don't manage to get anything done. Freddy has overtaken the Audi R8 behind us. And the German has actually gone off track. They must have touched the grass a little bit. Let's see what happened there. So I can see from the view of the Audi R8. See the German in front. Yep, they literally just touched the grass and they just lose control. It is unfortunate, the grass is very slippery on this track, I found. So it's now me in the lead, Freddy behind us, and the German in third in the Audi R8. A little bit of nudge there as Freddy goes into first. So coming up to this right-hander now, trying to follow Freddy. He's braking a lot later than I am, because I'm still not quite confident on the track at this point. Heading up into the other right-hander. Freddy literally abusing the track, right on the curbstones as well. Now Freddie is lapping faster than me by about a second, I believe. So I'm literally doing everything we can to get back up. They are lapping faster than me. But we are in equal cars, equal level playing field for us. So it's literally all about driver at this point. So start lap number 4, we do a 1:28. But Freddie does a 1:25, so we are way off the speed, way off the time. So I'm actually doing everything I can to catch up. So I head up to the sweeping left hand. The gap between me and Freddie is just constantly increasing. Kinda losing hope, but I'm trying to still have confidence and still not giving up. Because that's the last thing you want to do, like give up. So that sector we're quicker by 1 second and 3/10. Going into the sharp right hand, sweeping right hander, sorry. Still quite close to Freddie, but not close enough for like slipstream or any of that. So come around the final turn, go quite wide there, missing the apex completely, but we haven't gone off track, so that's good. Start lap number 5. So heading to turn 1, I take the line I normally take, my own line. It's quite different from people. I do sometimes do the other line as well, but yeah. Getting a good exit out of the hairpin, trying to do the best we can out of there, through the left-hander, hitting the apex. Could go a little bit faster through there, because you kind of want to, like, when you actually go onto the curve zone and the AstroTurf. Going through the sweeping left-hander now. Going 2/10 quicker than our fastest lap. So coming up to this right-hander now. Still doing nearly 4/10 quicker than our fastest lap. So we are getting the quicker through these races, which is good to see. I do notice in the final race that we do a lot quicker than we normally do. Off onto the grass as well. Thankfully we don't spin or anything, just lose a little bit of time there. Haven't dropped any positions, which is good. So coming up to this final turn now, trying to clip the apex. Coming around now to finish lap number 5, onto lap number 6. 2 laps to go of the race. We do go a minute slower, which is unfortunate. Yellow flag in front of us. I think that's caused by a back marker or something. Coming around the hairpin now, getting quite tight as we hit the apex. Now the blue flag is waved, which means we are catching up to a back marker now. I don't believe we overtake them by the end of the race, but yeah. Freddie doing the fastest lap of 1:24.4, which is really good. Better than I've done so far. So going around to the sweeping right hander now. Now at this point I'm kind of doing my own race. There's nobody really in front of me that I'm racing. We are catching up to a back marker though in 11th. There's nobody really behind me who I'm like competing against, so I'm kind of doing my own race right now. Just trying to go as quick as I can, not trying to do anything too risky. Kind of just trying to maintain position at this point. So we are catching up to the back marker in the Volkswagen Beetle. To do the final lap of the race, we do 8/10 fastest, faster than we usually do. Get a little bit ropey there, but we managed to keep control of it. Trying to catch up to this back marker. We do kind of go past. Yeah, we get past them, the Italian driver. So I was wrong, we do go past them. Going through the left-hander. So going through the sweeping corner now. So going through this right-hander, trying to get the best exit we can. I'm trying to play it safe but still go as fast as I can, to be honest, but just try not to do anything too risky. So going through this sweeping right-hander now. Try to get a good exit out of here. Try not to do what we did before and go onto the grass. Going through the left-hander, touching the grass a little bit, going a bit too far on the inside. Coming to do the final turn of the final lap. Freddy in first place, finishing the race. I'm coming around now to finish in second. And it looks like the German behind me, can't really read his name, he finishes in third as well. So that was lap race number 2. We start third, finish second. Not too bad of a race, no silly mistakes really from me, apart from that one time I went off grass. Went off onto the grass. Yeah. So the final race of the day, we start first. I believe I did a qualifying of a 1 minute 25 or like a 1 minute 24.9 or something. Really about there. I did this race after like 20 minutes or half an hour of like practicing on track, trying to get the lines right, braking zones right. So before this race, I really did put a lot of practice in. So coming around now, start lap number 1 of the race. Heading into turn 1, we've got a Switzerland driver behind me. He was a really good racer. I did have I did talk to him a little bit after the race, saying like congratulations and thank you for the race, 'cause he was really nice. We got the Belgium in third as well, and the British in fourth, Nico. Just coming around this left hand. I'm making some ground though, one of the drivers behind. So coming up to this sweeping left-hander now. So we're going into this the like longest straight. I believe this is the longest straight. I believe, or it's the main like start line finish straight. Hopefully the drivers went behind weren't in my slipstream, because then they would have a good opportunity to catch up there. Going for the sweeping right-hander now, trying to get the best line we can, doing literally anything I can to not slow down or anything. Just going for the left-hander. As you can see on the map, there is a little bit of chaos going there just before the left-hander, and it looks like a lot of drivers went off track there. So let's have a look at the replay, see what happened. So we're spectating a Toyota Supra of Neil, it looks like. So going through, 2 drivers go off track and 1 in the middle of the circuit sideways. Yeah, it's not too good, to be honest. You have to kind of judge where the driver on the middle of the track is going to be, so you have to predict where they're going to be to get around them safely. We set the fastest lap of the race at 1 minute 29. Lap number 2, going through turn 1. Coming up to the hairpin. So we're about a second quicker on the opening lap than we are before, which is quite good. Setting the fastest sector 1 there. Purple sector 2 minutes quicker than the opening lap. Coming up to the sweeping left-hander. 2 minutes and 2 seconds and 8 tenths faster than the previous lap. So we are going a lot faster than we were before. So going through this sharp right-hander now. Getting used to the braking zone as well. I'm braking a lot later than I was before. I'm braking at the last board, probably like 50 meters away from the corner. Just going for the sweeping right-hander now, coming up to the left-hander. My dog is saying hi to me. So we come up to the final turn now of lap number 2. We'll see how fast we were going there, what our lap time was. So coming across the start finish line, and we did a 1 minute 27.7. Probably hear my dog there. So doing a lot, going quicker there than the opening lap. I do believe though from here we only get quicker though. So going through the hairpin now, coming down to this left-hander. My dog is leaving now. Just going to this little bit of a straight, coming up to the sweeping left-hand corner. Left-hand corner? Left corner. Just coming on to this little bit of a straight, just before the sharp right-hander. Just going into the right-hand corner, literally hitting the apex and trying to get a good exit as we can by the curbstones. Johnny Billy Boy still right behind us in the Porsche, so they managed to keep close quite well, to be honest. Not too much where they're an issue like in my slipstream and like constantly trying to defend, but good enough. They're close enough to put pressure on me. So coming on the final corner to start, coming up to start lap number 4 now. Let's see the lap time we have here. It's a 1 minute 27.8. John Billy Boy behind us, he does a 1 minute 27.4. So they currently have the fastest lap of the race. See if we can beat that lap time now. Going through the hairpin, trying to get a good best exit we can. We're already doing 4/10 faster than our fastest lap. So it's at this point in the race, I'm literally like, alright, I need to get my head down, go as quick as I can, not do any silly mistakes. 8/10 quicker than our fastest lap. But yeah, at this point, I'm literally aiming to keep control of the lead, like maintain the lead, get as big a distance as I can, and also do the fastest lap of the race I can, if I can as well. That's my main goals. So fastest lap, high as we can, and a clean race. So coming up to the sweeping right-hander, it's kind of difficult to judge braking zone there as well because it is like uphill and then a sharp right kind of thing. Coming to the left-hander now, 2/10 faster than our fastest lap. It's coming from the final corner, trying to clip the apex. Don't really hit the apex there, but nothing too bad. We didn't go too wide. Coming across the start finish line, we do a 1 minute 26.9, fastest lap of the race so far. And so far, that's my fastest lap overall, I believe, that I've done so far in this race, in all the races. So going through the hairpin now, just hitting the grass as well, going literally as far on the inside as I can. Get our tyres a little bit dirty, clipping the apex there, going wide onto the AstroTurf like you should. It's probably the best line you can do for that corner. Going for sweeping left-hander, go wide on the first bit and then trying to cut into the inside for the second part of the corner. Just coming onto this straight here. Just coming through the sweeping right-hander now, trying to get a good exit out of it. Do quite well there. We clip the exit, clip the apex, get a good exit onto the curbstone as well. Just got to be kind of careful on the curbstones that you don't lose control of the car, make it unstable. Clipping the apex as we do the sharp left-hand corner and get a good exit out there. Come to the last turn of the track. Coming around, start lap number 6, finish lap number 5. So it's now 2 laps to go. We do a 1 minute 27.2. So we're doing good at being consistent lap times. Faster than we were, but we are staying consistent. So going through the hairpin, getting a good exit out of there. Doing 2 sorry, doing 2/100ths of a second faster than our fastest lap time, and now doing 1/10 faster. So we are going faster through here now. We are still going faster, still learning the track. Now 3/10 faster. So at this point, though, I'm getting really confident of pushing the car. I think the tyres are like really up to temperature now, really grippy, and everything's really warm. The brakes are really hot as well. So that's only going to help me. Going a bit wide there, nearly touching the grass, but we don't. 2/10 quicker than our fastest lap there. So far it's looking we're going to set the new fastest lap of the race. Going through the final turn, finish lap number 6. Didn't quite hit the apex there, I believe, but we do go wide at the exit. Coming across that finish line, it's a 1 minute 26.8. New fastest lap, 1/10 faster than the previous lap. So this is how small of a difference the lap times are for me. But we're still going faster, which is always better. It's coming out of the hairpin now, trying to get a good exit. Final lap of the race, 8/10 slower. So far this is not looking like it's going to be the fastest lap of the race. But I'm still proud of the lap I did there. So far nobody's beaten it, so that's good. 9/10 slower there. I think at this point as well, I'm getting like quite tired as well. And I'm not trying to push and make any silly mistakes. So I'm trying to play it safe at this point and not to go way too fast. So go onto the curb stones there as you come out that corner. Coming down to this little bit of straight into the right hand corner, sweeping corner. Hitting the apex, not going as wide as we do. I'm going a little bit slow for that corner. Going through the left hander onto the curbstones. As we come to the final turn of the race on the final lap for the last time of the day, coming around, and we finish at first place. John Billy Boy in second, and the Belgian driver in third of Wimpis, I believe the name of him is. So yeah. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Sorry about the lack of content as well. Some stuff has been going on behind the scenes. For example, I've moved my room, got a new dog as well, and gone ill. But yeah, hopefully we'll be uploading a little bit more as well. So thank you for not watching. I'll see you in the next one.